we need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is a show we talk about sports with comedians. As we wait for the comedians to come in, my man Howie Bell's in the building. Let me bring him in. Howie, how you doing, sir? How's everything?
What's happening, Frank? How's my microphone, my brother?
It sounds good. Sounds good. Are you in Detroit?
Good. I'm in Detroit, man. I had to rearrange the man cave a little bit. Coming to you live right here on Box Seats. Howie Bell. What's happening? I'm on my computer right now instead of my phone.
Oh, okay. Well, I like that setup because it's much better. You know, I like that setup. I like the backdrop and all that. I like it dope. All right, so I'm waiting for the guys to come in. We got to talk about. Okay, guys, got the link. Thanks, Steve, to that. Yeah. All right. So, Howie, we're gonna get ready to jump into the stories, man, because there's a couple of things we're gonna talk about while we wait for the guys to come in. And I'm not sure if you guys heard some of these stories at home, but formerly, you know, the Detroit Pistons guard Malik Beasley was reportedly indicted Monday on federal charges related to a sports betting scheme, according to Shams. The former NBA veteran was also indicted. Ed Davis was also formally indicted as part of the investigation, according to The Athletic. Beasley didn't appear in the NBA last season due to the gambling investigation, and ultimately, it's looking like that everything's pointing towards him, Howie. So, what's your thought on Malik Beasley doing this, Howie? What's your take?
Man, Beasley, man, we thought he was coming back, didn't we, for a second?
Ooh. Yeah. It don't look like it. It don't look like it.
It don't look like he coming back. It don't look like he coming back. It look like he going down, my brother. Oh my God, Beasley, man, we needed you. You know what, man? Let me tell you something, man. This gambling, I know we talk about this a lot, but this is going to be an ongoing issue. This is going to be ongoing, man. I wouldn't be surprised if there's plenty more players, coaches, staff, anybody that's like right there. They got dirt on everybody. I promise you they do. This gambling is serious business, man. Who's next is my question.
Well, at the end of the day, I will say this. They got to figure out how to get the tide shifting, go in a different direction, because gambling is everywhere now. You know, they got to figure that out, man. They got to figure that out. All right, so my man Maurice Smith is in the building. Mo, I know you heard about what I just said about the Detroit Pistons guard Malik Beasley reportedly indicted. What's your take on this, Mo?
I'm glad for the Pistons. I ain't got to worry about them next year in the East. Nah, man, you know what? This gambling thing, we knew about this last year when it came out, you know what I'm saying? And I've been saying all along, you know, it's just more widespread because of the accessibility to media, social media, you know, things like that. This gambling ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? We've had World Series fixed back in the 1930s. We've had Super Bowls fixed. We've had the big scandal with Boston College. It's nothing new. It's just more widespread, and now it's more accessible because it's easier to place a bet. You ain't got to call a underground bookie. You just pick up your phone and place a bet. You know, I don't know. They can't fix it. There's no way to fix it. The only way to fix it is to ban gambling all around, like stop gambling, and they're not going to do that.
Or like how they was doing with college, with you know, the college players and everything else, man. You know, to alleviate all these college players getting paid under the table, let's just allow them to get paid. You know what I mean? Then that way we ain't got worried about them getting paid. Let's figure out a way that we can make them make some money and jersey sales and paraphernalia. That's the way. And then now nobody's talking about that. You know
what I'm saying? Even if they do that, cats are still going to gamble.
Yeah,
because they want more. Gambling is an addiction, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
more.
They want more, and they in debt because they're gambling. So they're gonna want more. If you give them more, that's just more to gamble with.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, really, to be honest. So you got to do something cut and dry. Like you can't be in the league ever again. Associated, you get jail time. They're gonna start making examples in that way. I mean, they got to, because it's really like crack. You get crackhead jail time and get caught with crack. Yeah. What's going on with gambling? And gambling is almost worse than crack, if you really want to ask me, because it's accessible in your hands. You can gamble all day. You can do anything. It's worse than crack. You got to find a crack dealer to get crack.
That's very true. Mo, you got the last word on that. You want to say one more thing?
You feel me, Mo? Yeah, find a dealer.
Yo, all I got to say is, you know, you talk about find a way to get paid and all this. A friend of mine said 1 is too many and 1,000 is never enough.
Yeah,
100%. All right, let me. My man Mike Sean has joined the building. Mike Sean, how you doing, sir? How's everything?
What's good? My bad, I'm late, fellas. What's going on?
What's up, Mike?
All right,
What's
so
up?
Mike missed that first thing, but we're gonna jump into the next story, man. Instead of keep talking about gambling, we're gonna talk about the next thing, which is a pretty sad story. I'm gonna talk about. I'm not sure if you guys heard about this, but maybe you have. Former Tennessee Titans running back Chris Johnson was diagnosed with ALS. He revealed it with an interview with Michael Strahan on Good Morning America this morning. Johnson, he's 40 years old, so he was diagnosed with the disease, and we all know it to really be as the Lou Gehrig's disease, and he's had it for a year. He said it's progressed rapidly, and Johnson using his eyes to operate a speech-generating device to speak to Strahan during the interview. And I saw a clip of this, Howie. It was terrible, man, because I literally just remember this dude breaking all kinds of tackles and being one of the best running back in the leagues, man. It was really bad. What's your take on this, Howie?
Tell us about the disease to everybody, to the public that don't know about.
What do you want me to say? It's ALS.
ALS.
It's a degenerative disease that breaks down all of your muscles. Like that's the best way to say
That's
it.
all. Yeah, because some people just don't know that's all. But to see a guy, you're right, like that, man, playing a football player,
Yeah,
tough, and now is, as you just said, degenerating, that has a disease that degenerates his muscles. Is sad. You know what I'm saying? To say the least. Yeah, that's tough business, man. Anytime somebody has an illness of any kind of stuff, man. So I feel, man, his family, his friends, and everybody as a whole, man. Tough business.
Mo, you want to get one quick word in here?
Yeah, it's sad to see it. Like you said, the cat was a great running back, man, doing things in the league, and it just lets you know, man, no matter how much money you got, no matter how much superstardom, no matter what, man, you're not vulnerable for, life. Life shows up, man, and sometimes we just powerless over things that happen.
100%. Michael Sean, you get the last word on this, bro.
I mean, the last word on this is I think how we forget that these athletes are human beings, and we look at them, unfortunately, and I put myself in this box too, as just machines that are used for our entertainment, and they're like part of our escape from our reality, and we forget that the fact of the matter is that they have their own reality they have to live out. And my prayers go out to his family. It's heartbreaking, and I've taken part in I didn't know a lot about the disease. And I actually took part in a fundraiser that's when I was introduced to it years ago. Mm-hmm. And I had heard about it in the sporting thing. I just didn't know how severe and how basically with all the technology, you would think at this point that they would have something that could reverse it, prevent it, maybe, stop it, depress it or of some sort, but it's heartbreaking. And I don't know what else to say, except these are human beings that sit out here every day. And sometimes we get cold-hearted to what their struggles are.
Yeah, we do. All right, moving on. Let's move on. Howie Bell, we got to talk about the biggest news of the day, man. It just broke maybe an hour ago. And I don't know if you all even saw it. I'm sure you did, because you guys stay on top of everything. But the Memphis Grizzlies is trading two-time NBA All-Star Ja Morant to the Portland Trailblazers for Jerome Grant, Chris Murray, and that's it. The Grizzlies have now traded all three of their former franchise cornerstones, Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson, since being swept by the Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round of the playoffs. Once considered one of the league's talented young cores, the Grizzlies ended up winning just one series and 4 playoff appearances with that trio on the roster. And Morant, who's 26, has played only 79 games and 3 seasons due to the off-court issues and injuries since his second consecutive All-Star appearance way back in 2023. So, Howie Bell, do you like this trade of Ja Morant going to the Blazers? Because I thought about it. We were texting about it. I thought about it. Matter of fact, I'll let you tell what and then I'll say what I'll let you guys say what you think, and then I'll say what I think. Go ahead.
Well, I'll say this first. That, that trio, that experiment didn't work. Right. Everything that's on paper don't work when it starts to try to make it tangible. So, right. On paper, it looked incredible, didn't it? Yeah. But it just didn't pan out. So I'll say that for that. Morant, I saw him leaving a long time ago. I'm surprised it took this long. But him going to Portland, that might not be bad. You know what I mean? For him, he's going to be in a place that it ain't really wild in Portland. You know what I'm saying? Portland ain't, it's got some hood parts. I would say that. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't like those other places. It ain't Memphis. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nowhere near Memphis. So actually, it's like Martha's Vineyard compared to Memphis. So he's gonna be in a better place. You know what I'm saying? To be able to control, them demons, and he's older now too. I think he's a little more mature, man. And so we'll see. I like that brother, man, Ja Morant. So I hope that's a good place for him to land right there.
All right, Mo, what's your take on Ja Morant being traded to the Blazers?
I'm kind of surprised because Portland's a guard heavy now. You got Dame Lillard, Drew Holiday, and now Ja Morant. Who's out? Who's leaving? They're not going to get rid of Dame Lillard because he's Portland's child. So I'm looking at Drew Holiday to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they make that move. I don't know. And I mean,
or maybe they keep him and rotate off. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just they are guard heavy. Who's going to go to the bench? Who's going to come off the bench? One of them got to come off the bench. You can't start all three of them at guard. I don't. But then again, with this league, you never know what's going to happen. But like how he said, for Ja Morant to go out to Portland, it's different. He's with a veteran that's been in the league. He got Dame Lillard with him, maybe to show him around, because a lot of times these rookies get into the league and they got to run the team and there's no vets there to take them under and say, look, this is how you become a professional. You know what I'm saying? We already know you know how to play ball, but you need to learn how to be a professional. And hopefully that happens.
Michael Sean, what's your take on Ja Morant being traded to the Blazers and obviously with some of the stuff that Mo said with some of the players and stuff like that? How do you think it's going to all work out?
I don't know who's gonna. I think Drew Holiday will probably be the one.
Yeah,
and I love Drew Holiday. Like if you're a championship team and you're ready, that's a guy that you want. But I will say this about the Memphis Grizzlies, and I'm gonna say this to the San Antonio Spurs fan. Everybody has already guaranteed that the Spurs will be back in the finals and they will dominate for the next 5 to 7 years. Ain't nothing guaranteed. Right. Memphis was the hot team that we all thought was on the upswing. They had the future face, the face of the NBA and Ja Morant, and they had a squad that had they were deep, they were young. When you get your chance at a title, ask Dan Marino, when you get your chance at a title, you better take full advantage of those opportunities, because when it goes left in this league. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you what, Ja Morant, this is the team. This is his last shot. He'll always have money. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he won't be in the league, but this is your chance before you turn into. And I know he did his career in China, but before turning into a Stephon Marbury, who had all the talent in the world and somehow or another things didn't maneuver. Not all his fault. Mm-hmm. But he went from somebody who we saw mm-hmm. in our own eyes, with our own eyes, how much talent he had and how he did people dirty in this league. It was amazing. But Ja Morant, this is it at that status. Because the next team you go to, you're gonna be somebody added on. This is the last time you the star of the trade. I hope he can get his act together. And I really do hope that he gets his act together. I hope that his father gets his act together. Yeah. And I hope he doesn't he winds up being one of them dudes we talk about at the barbershop 8 years from now. Like, yo, Ja Morant was that dude. He was. Whatever happened to Ja Morant? Yeah. And next thing you know, he's overseas. But that's what I say about that situation.
Well, I'll just throw 15 seconds on this and just say, I think Ja Morant going to the Blazers would be good because Drew Holiday can come off the bench. And if they could work out a system between both of them, you know what I mean, with Drew Holiday, I think Drew Holiday is the key for all this. You know what I mean? Which a lot of people I think are overlooking. Drew been there. He won twice. He got 2 NBA championships. One with Milwaukee, one with Boston. He know how to handle it. All these other dudes on that whole roster are trying to figure it out. I think if he could be that guiding force in the locker room and show them this is how we're going to get it done. This is how much work you're going to put in, and this is how we're going to get us to the finish line, at least get to the Western Conference Finals. I think he's that guy. He's that.
What makes you think he wants to deal with that nonsense?
Listen,
what makes you think that he wants to sit over there and be like, hey,
you 100%.
You rich guy, you filthy rich guy, get your act together, and I'll take it to the promised land, you filthy rich guy who'll never worry about a penny in his life. Oh, you said fuck what? Oh, my bad. Never mind. Dog,
You're right.
you can't be the therapist for some grown ass men who are
Mike,
sitting here making all this money.
You're right. You're right. But from what I've learned of him and everything, and his temperament, he seemed like he's that type of dude that he would do that because he took a lot less time when he came to the Celtics for those 2 seasons he did. He took a lot of playing time. Hell, his playing time dropped down to 30% of what it was, and it has gone back up to high when he went back to Portland. He didn't miss a beat.
If I'm Drew Holiday, I say, hey, yo, how about y'all trade me to the Spurs and make a deal, and I'll come off the bench and play 12 minutes, and then and I can sit up here in some type of structure. You know what? Trying to fix Ja Morant. You gonna make another TikTok video?
You 100% right. I ain't mad at that. Yeah, but I think honestly, like I was saying, I think Drew could be the secret sauce and that help keep him going because they're about to have a new coach, a new playing system, everything.
Look at this. They got a new coach. What else?
Because Chauncey Billups just got, he just got charged, so he's out of there.
Oh that's right.
Yeah, they got to figure all this stuff out, and Drew is going to be the main guy in the fourth. But Mike brings up a great point. He might want to be out of there. He might be like,
it's like getting adopted by a single mom. Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm happy I'm after foster care, but damn.
Hilarious. All right, my man Damian Jones has joined us. What's up, D Jones in Detroit? How you doing, bro?
I'm in Montego Bay right now, Jamaica, on the resort.
Yeah, right.
You'll need to turn on location service.
Oh. What's up, fellas?
AI talking.
It's hot enough to be in Jamaica is what I'm saying. It's
you couldn't
100 degrees here.
You couldn't plan it better if you tried. All right, D, talk to me. Tell me what you think about this Ja Morant trade, man. What you think about this?
Oh man, listen, guns are blazing with the Trailblazers and Ja Morant is what I think. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a lot of shooting on the team. Dame's a shooter, Ivy is a shooter, and Ja Morant is a shooter. I think they got a lot of guards over there. They still got Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have to move some of these players. They got some of the same pieces. I actually think besides Dame, I like Avi's game. I think Avi is dope. I don't know if I'd have made the trade for Ja Morant. And I think Portland already messed up getting rid of that coach they had that got him to the playoffs last season. So yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what it's gonna like. I don't think it's gonna work though.
All right. So Howie, let's talk about the other big news that happened today. I'm sure you guys saw this, and in case you didn't, I'll bring it up to you. But Draymond Green declined his option for with the Warriors. He's now a free agent. He declined $27.7 million option with the Golden State Warriors. And per the report, the Warriors are now taking that money since he declined. They're trying to bring LeBron in and trade for Anthony Davis. So there's a lot to obviously chop up here in this conversation. But let's talk about first Draymond Green declining his option, becoming a free agent. Howie, what's your take about that first? And then let's talk about LeBron and AD possibly coming to the Warriors.
Well, first of all, it sounds like Draymond don't want to be there no more.
Yeah,
that's you know what I'm saying. I'm a little surprised at that though. I'm surprised at that. I thought he would end his career there or want to at least. But so that frees him up to do whatever he's open. So, but I mean, LeBron going there, I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to Cleveland. But that looks cute. LeBron going to play with Steph Curry, but that ain't going to happen.
Well, according to reports, it looked like it's about to happen, though, bro. I'm just letting you know. According to what I read on ESPN, which is shocking to me, I didn't even think they were on the radar, but it looked like he want to play with Steph really bad.
Is it about to happen? Is it something that is happening? Or is it in negotiation? Is it talks? What is it?
No one really knows. I mean,
exactly.
Nobody knows.
So
until it happens,
tomorrow could be something else. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's just headlines. That's just story, man. That's all that is. That's what it sounds like to me. But at the same time, but the Draymond Green part is a real thing. But the LeBron going to possibly go and say, I don't think that's gonna happen. But I could be wrong too. I could be wrong. But Draymond Green, man, I mean, look, he's a good player, bro. Still, I think he's still got a couple years left in him. You know what I'm saying? He could be an asset to somebody. So we'll see.
So, Mo, what's your take on Draymond Green declining the Warriors option? He's a free agent. I don't think anybody gonna give him $28 million again. But he's a free agent. And what's your take on now the rumors saying that the Golden State now with that money is going to try to go after LeBron and trade for Anthony Davis? What's your take, Mo?
First of all, just look like the Houston Rockets all over again with Barkley, Drexler, Pippen, all them, trying to get a whole bunch of seniors together. You know what I'm saying? Make a run for their last. Let's try it one more time. You know, I think that Draymond opted out so that they can have that money. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going nowhere. He know he gonna get less. It's not like he didn't make a pretty penny since he been in Golden State. He's made some good change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's sad that Golden State is ruining the last years of arguably one of the greatest point guards ever. You know what I'm saying? In his last few years, this is like what they come to for LeBron and Anthony Davis. I mean, LeBron is still LeBron, but his knees can't hold up a whole, 62 game season. Mm-hmm. And Anthony Davis, I ain't even got to say nothing about that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what's your take on this, Michael Sean? Because there's a lot going on here. Because honestly, Mike, I think that Draymond Green not signing with Golden State Warriors is sending a ripple effect throughout the whole league. Yeah, that's what I think. But what's your take on Draymond Green not signing with the Warriors and the rumors of LeBron and AD coming in?
Well, Mo, spot on. Draymond is working with the team. He's not going nowhere. I think this is going to happen. I think they're going to bring AD. They're going to bring Steph Curry. They're going to run it back. They got a few young dudes. I don't think Jimmy Butler is going to be odd man out, which is tough because I think if they could somehow another finagle to keep everybody. Listen, you got to do what you got to do. They can't wait for draft picks. And, you know, I know, and I'm not coming at Mo in any way, and people criticizing Golden State for doing what they've done the last. Golden State tried to pay everybody and also tried to add pieces. And the NBA doesn't allow you to do that. Mm-hmm. So if you pay the people for the championships, you get stuck with trying to add piece by piece and trying to finagle things. Unfortunately, Kuminga didn't work out the way they thought he was going to work out. Mm-hmm. So they had to get rid of him. They did everything they could to try and piece this thing together. So now it's the last run. If they get Anthony Davis, if they get LeBron James, LeBron played the season. We know Anthony Davis's history. I think last year had more to do with Anthony Davis saying, I'm not playing with the Wizards. I think it was more of his agent saying, nah, we're not going to take no chances, and we're going to wait till this happens. Let's have some fun. We're going to see Steph Curry. We're going to see LeBron. If anything, they'll have the highest basketball IQ in the West. If they'll have the smartest team. Mm-hmm. And it won't be about the regular season. It's just making playoffs and trying to make a run at it. It's going to be fun. They're all going to play together for the last time, and that's going to be. And I just didn't think LeBron would end his career as a Warrior. Yeah, that's the one thing that's odd. But you never know. He might think he got a shot to win something.
Okay, so D Jones, you hear what we're talking about? What's your take?
So I think we had this topic a week or two ago where we thought LeBron was going to go to. Yeah, we did. And I said Golden State. Mm-hmm. I did not predict AD. I didn't predict that. But like Mo and Michael Sean said, Draymond took less money to make this happen. And I heard if it don't happen, he can hop right back into his contract and get his money if it don't happen. So it's a win-win for Draymond regardless. He's not going nowhere. He's going to retire a Golden State Warrior. Steph going to retire a Golden State Warrior. And listen, to me, LeBron's still trying to chase them rings. And he wants to have fun. Like, why not have fun? If he can stay in California or move back to Cleveland, no, he's not doing that a second time. So I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be they're gonna sell a lot of tickets and a lot of jerseys, and AD's gonna play 35 to 40 games.
Yeah, I see that too. All right, so Howie, another thing I saw today, let me make sure I put my news item up right here. Is the Clippers and the Raptors are reportedly engaged in trade talks involving Kawhi and Leonard. The Los Angeles Clippers may be sending Kawhi back to the place he won an NBA championship, and the Clippers and Toronto Raptors are reportedly engaged in trade talks involving him. And I read on several different boards, Howie, this is in the ninth inning, so it's a great chance that Kawhi will probably go right back. What's your take on this? How you look at this? Because I'm shocked that the Clippers are sending him, trade now. I'm shocked. What's your take, Howie?
That sounds like Kawhi wanting to go to Toronto. That's what that sounds like to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he probably got ties there, and probably still got, who knows, property, real estate. You know what I'm saying? House, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he probably wants to go back there. That's what that sounds like. You know what I'm saying to me. Kawhi is a weirdo too. Just on the record. So there's no telling what. Yeah, he's a weird guy. So there's no telling, what his reasoning would be. You know what I'm saying? To go back to Toronto. You know what I'm saying? To go be weirder. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's really all I got to say about that.
Mo, what you think of this? How you look at this, man?
When I first heard it, they said that Kawhi said Toronto's the only place he would sign an extension, a long-term extension, only team he'll sign a long-term extension with. I think this is his last year of his contract or something like that. Yeah. So he won't sign a long-term extension with nobody except Toronto. But what's Toronto going to give up for him? If they give up Brandon Ingram, then they right back where they started from. They still got to rebuild it. They got to make a team. I mean, you got R.J. Barrett out there, Emmanuel Quickly, two guys that used to be in New York. Only reason why I know they out there, But, I mean, they were okay in the first round, but does Kawhi Leonard put them past the first round without Ingram? I don't think so.
Right. And I think the only way it works is if they keep Ingram and him. That's the only way I think it works, if you ask me. But you're right, Mike. And you're right, Mo. Mike, what's your take on this, man? Because did it shock you as much as it shocked everybody else, or
it's so funny when people say he will only accept a trade to Toronto. Toronto's the only team that's going to extend him.
Yeah.
Pause. Super pause. It's like me saying the only way I'm getting married is my baby mom. She's the only person that'll take me back. Like she's the only. Ain't nobody out here trying to marry my ass. Like, of course he's going back. They listen. He's a hero in Toronto. We forget. This man went for 1 year and brought them a title, their only NBA title. So of course he's gonna go back. They're gonna re-up him. Everybody, this is the season of getting your final contract. This should be called the final contract season. LeBron, let's get the final contract. AD, let's get the final contract. Kawhi, let's get the final contract and just ride on out of there. And they've all won chips. LeBron's a different story, but AD's won a chip. Kawhi's won multiple. So you get that last one, you get that 3-year deal, and you're whatever, $50-60 million, and you make your money. And you sit in Toronto, which is a great city, especially when you're the person, you were the savior who brought them the title, and you get treated like royalty. And like how we said, and you could be a weirdo and it's accepted, and they like it. They like your laugh. They like it all. Yeah.
he hit the nail on the head. D. Jones, you get the last word on this, man. How are you feeling about Kawhi returning back to Toronto?
It'll whoever they trade him for, he gonna make Toronto better. I don't care who they lose. You add Kawhi, and if he's healthy and playing, he gonna make them better. I don't care if his Ingram is inconsistent. Yeah. So get rid of Ingram for Kawhi in a heartbeat. They gonna be top 5 in the East with Kawhi Leonard if he's healthy. So Toronto. If I'm Toronto, why not? I need more money. I need more people to come watch these games, and I need And if you the Clippers, you need as many draft picks as you can get.
You know what I was thinking, y'all? I think he's trying to go to Toronto. I think Kawhi's pushing around to go to Toronto to get out of that NBA investigation. And
they saying he's leaving the country. That's the running joke that he's leaving the country.
Yeah, that's what I think he's trying to do.
No, but didn't Adam Silver say the investigation was over? Adam Silver, they said that Adam Silver said the investigation is over.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
They were saying that all this morning. I heard that.
If Kawhi go down, everybody got to go down. No, everybody, the whole Clipper ownership got to go down for that. So, y'all act like if he go to Canada, he going to some country that we don't know about. Like he can hide. He's
without no extrtion and stuff.
Yeah, he still got to play basketball in America. Y'all act like
he playing all home games.
He playing all home games.
The other thing I heard today, man, which I think that to me, this is the most shocking news, Howie. It's the most shocking news to me because of what I saw in the playoffs. But James Harden declined his option with the Cavs, but he plans on sticking with the team. And I was like, if I'm Cleveland, what in the hell am I thinking about trying to bring James Harden back? I understand. I don't understand that.
Hence why LeBron is going back to Cleveland. They get rid of that guy, man. He out of there. They about to make some things happen, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Howie. I hate to interrupt. It looked like I got a news alert. It looked like the Celtics are trying to trade Jaylen Brown for Ja Morant right now. So,
Whoa.
Yeah, because Jaylen Brown was supposed to be the guy that was supposed to go to the Trailblazers. That's why I was shocked.
yeah.
But that's what I said. Now the money makes sense. They needed Ja Morant to make the money make sense.
That changes everything. That changes everything we just talked about.
Just like I said.
And I just said they had too many of the same people.
We'll see what happens if the trade goes through. But Shams is reporting that that's the trade offer. So it's that. But anyway, I'm sorry, Howard. You were saying James Harden, the Cavs. I'm sorry.
I mean, Ja Morant, I'm going to Boston. I don't know. It's violent in Boston, too. I don't know if Boston is the place for Ja Morant. Anyway. Boston got some streets, baby. The mean streets. Let me tell you. Man, I don't know. James Harden, it sounds like he out of there. How you decline your option but want to stick there? That guy's stupid, too. You know what I mean? I don't care how much money you got. Some people just not smart. I don't care what you say. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm declining my option, but I want to be here. What does that really mean?
Well, Howie, he's going to get what they're trying to do is he's going to work with them so he gets an extra year.
Yeah.
So they can work the salary cap in it. And so he's really he knows nobody's going to match that. So he gets an extra year in Cleveland. Just to let you, because you didn't know the whole thing. Just so you know, that's what it is. Yeah.
It's trying to make the money work. It's trying to make the money work.
He's trying to say he'll do whatever it takes. Is that what he said?
Yeah. Just keep me. You saw what Jalen Brunson did to me. You saw that. I saw that. Just keep me.
I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. Mo, this is the floor. You got the floor now to destroy James Harden because you know.
Man, listen, you talk about weirdos. James Harden is a weirdo. Listen, I mean, and whoever picks him up, they're just as weird too. Because this dude don't never show up in the playoffs, man. And always going to lead the playoffs talking about we were the better team. All right. But maybe he's doing the same thing Draymond did. They pulled him in office. Look, take this less money. We're gonna bring in LeBron. Because I think if he were to opt in, they can only offer LeBron like the league minimum or something like that, or the vet minimum. So they trying to ante up and pony up and get him in Cleveland. And that's part of their domino effect is number one, James Harden got to take a little bit less and extend his contract, like Mike said, an extra year.
100%. All right, so Mike, what's your take on James Harden declining his option and wanting to stick around because we like we said, we know what happened in the playoffs.
Look, listen. I'll be the first. We all know what James Harden did in the playoffs. But let me tell you something. Before we call people weird, this man in the league has made over $165 million.
Yep.
Doing what he's done. I just on a sidebar, just on a regular personal level, I applaud that man. That man has not shown up in the playoffs his entire career. And somehow or another, he's probably gotten paid over $200 million at the end of the day on all the money he's made with outside, with sponsorships and all that other stuff. So I applaud him. And he knows what he's doing. And once again, he knows the end is near. Now, he ain't no LeBron. He ain't the type that was working out in the offseason. You ain't never seen no video of him training in the offseason. He ain't never put no TikTok video and talk about the grind is real. You wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym. He ain't saying none of that. James Harden has milked the money. But we got to talk about Jaylen Brown quickly. People, we need to protect Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is coming out and he's exposing a lot. And he's going up against it. And when I tell you the media, he's exposing ESPN and Disney. He has come out and talked about how they are social engineering and using their platforms to engineer communities. And he's speaking out on some serious stuff. And when I tell you Stephen A. Smith is already coming for him, and when he said that about Disney owning ESPN and their plans and what they've done throughout the years, they're going to try and destroy him. This is a man who's actually invested in reigniting Black Wall Street and put his money where his mouth is and reigniting the community. And they're going to try and Colin Kaepernick him. And I'm telling you, please, y'all, I don't care what team you root for. Please don't leave this man out to dry the way we left Colin Kaepernick, because that man is speaking in terms that he has really got the ears of these corporations. And mark my words, ESPN has already started the propaganda and the slander. The Boston Celtics may be the first team in history that had an MVP candidate, and that offseason decided they wanted to trade him. And that is no coincidence why they already had him in a trade for when the man proved and won a title with him. So I know I'm off the subject, but I'm just telling you it's coming, and they're going to try and destroy this guy. I'm just telling you right now.
And you didn't mention about the snub on the Olympics. You didn't talk about the obviously what Nike did for that to him about that. This is so much he's done, and there's so much he's getting slandered for and everything else. But
Frank, just to piggyback, Frank, I'm sorry, man, just to piggyback on what he was saying, man. I just said on one of these shows he was too conscious for Boston. I just said this. I said, man, he's too conscious to be in Boston. He gonna leave. He's too woke, as they say. He's all that. I just said this. Here we go.
D. Jones, you got the last word on this James Harden thing, and you could even chime in on Jaylen Brown if you want to too.
Well, let me tackle the first one. You got one of the greatest guards to ever play the game. I'm talking about scoring, passing, or dunk on you, could shoot. Every team he's been on loved him. That's Baron Davis. But James Harden, but James Harden, like he said, somehow he's a YN of basketball. He's a scammer. He get all the money with no results at the end. So yeah, and then I'm gonna have to go back to what my two brothers said. That's why Jaylen Brown need to come to Detroit. We need a black dude like him in a black city like Detroit. That's why, right there.
If he did do that, I'd probably be rooting for Detroit. No matter where he goes, I'm a fan of Jaylen.
Well, y'all should always root for Detroit.
That's a no. But
No,
yeah, I'm a
no,
fan.
no.
That's a no. I am a fan of Jaylen Brown, though. Like I told somebody, I said Boston has never had a black athlete like that. The last one we had was Bill Russell, and he's eclipsed him. So I'm a fan of Jaylen.
I don't know if he eclipsed Bill, but that's a lot right there.
Bill Russell spoke up for black people's rights and everything else. Not only did Jaylen Brown do that, speak of black, he also put a lot of money. He spends $7.5 million in the community every year. He's reignited Black Wall Street. He's been doing that every year for the last 4 years. So that's the comparison I'll compare. Bill Russell did do some stuff, open up some doors, especially with black people and doing stuff in the community.
A lot of stuff, right? A lot of
yeah, he has. But
Bill
I'm just
Russell
saying,
did some stuff. He said Bill Russell did
we haven't
some
had
stuff.
anybody since Bill Russell like Jaylen Brown. I'm just telling you out like that. I'm not saying he eclipsing Bill Russell, but we
That's
haven't
what you
had
said.
That's what you said.
I'll throw it out there. I think he has. I'll go out there and say that. I think he has. I'm gonna stand on that. I think he has. If you lay out everything that Bill Russell's done, everything that Jaylen Brown's done, yeah, I'll stand on that. I ain't scared of that. I'll stand on that. Okay, so we talked about this, but here's another thing that nobody is talking about because John Morant news is really big, Howard. Nobody talk about this, but Andrew Wiggins is coming and returning back to Miami. He got a 3-year, $64 million extension to stay with Miami when I think, and a lot of people thought he was out of there. He decided he is going to return to Miami. Now I think, I didn't say it before last week with the Giannis trade, and obviously with Bam Adebayo, but Andrew Wiggins, now you got something down there with Miami. What's your take, Howie Bell? What you think?
So now they got three players, right?
They got
3 players, man. You need 3, and you need really 7. You know what I'm saying? But when you get to the finals, you need 7 players. You know what I'm saying? But they got 3. You know what I'm saying, to build a core around, man. With Giannis' unstoppableness. That's pretty damn good. Wiggins is good too, and he's going to be able to do a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to be able to do a lot more with Giannis there. So I'm excited to see what Miami going to do, man. I like that. Good news for Miami.
I 100% agree with that, man. Mo, talk to me. What you think about this? Because to me, this is like sending another ripple effect through the league because Andrew Wiggins has decided to stay and and I think he could have got more money, Mo. I ain't gonna lie. 3 years, $64 million. I think he could have got more money, but he's returning to Miami for 3 64. What's your take, Mo?
Man, we started to see this as a lot. I mean, and I'm not going to say it started with Jalen Brunson, but it seemed like started when he took that pay cut in New York. Now cats is willing to take pay cuts because they like, look, you're not guaranteed, like someone said earlier, you're not guaranteed to make it to the promised land to get a chip or into the playoffs. So everybody's trying to do something to either get that initial ring or that final ring or whatever it is. And cats is willing to take cuts, and they got to weigh their options. I mean, staying in Miami is not a bad option. Now that you got Giannis and you got to rebuild the team, and Wiggins to stay there, it's not a bad thing, and to take a little bit less money. I just wish JD Hayes was here because he hates when athletes take cuts because these owners are just the only ones that's still gonna keep getting rich off of this. Athletes, it's like us taking a cut, like me, Mike, Howie, or Damien taking cuts to do a show, and we ain't taking no pay cuts for somebody else to be the opener. You need to pony up the money and make sure that you got a good team, man. These owners are really coming up. They coming off on this.
Oh, you on one today, Mo? All your takes today. You on one today. Go ahead, Mo. Yeah, he on one today. Michael Sean, what's your take, Mo? What's your take, Mo? I mean, what's your take, Mike? What's your take about this Andrew Wiggins thing? Because to me, again, ripple effect in Miami. A lot of people are be saying, "Wow, they stacking," because they do. They are. What's your take, Mike Sean?
And I hate it when I say no disrespect because that means the next thing out my mouth is gonna be disrespectful.
Respectful.
Yep.
No disrespect to Wiggins. But since when is Wiggins the thing that changes your mind? Oh, they got something now. When?
I think he's that dude.
When has he been?
He's a good enough player.
When he's a role player.
That's what he's going to be.
But he's got to be one of the three. He's got to be one of the three that is relied on now. Like he has to be a 20-point game clutch player. Like I'm not scared of Miami. I'm really not. Because the teams that they're going to go against are stacked teams that are full squads. Right. This whole thing worked like 3 times. This whole put everybody together and get the superstar worked 3 times. One with Boston when they got the, Garnett and the rest of them. Then LeBron don't count wherever he went. LeBron went and added his team or whatever. And then KD joined the super team with Steph and them. Other than that, normally when you put this superstar together and try and throw a team together, normally, especially with KD now, everywhere KD goes fails. Mm-hmm. So I'm not worried about
it. It worked with Shaq a couple times.
It worked once. Oh, he went to Miami. It went to Miami. Facts. It went to Miami. After he left the Lakers, it went to Miami. I'm not worried about this team. They still need a guard. They still need somebody to lead the team. They still need somebody who's going to be the actual point guard. I know everybody wants to have this thing where everybody can play every position. I don't see it. They'll make the playoffs. They'll get to the second round. I think they'll get knocked out.
Okay. So what's your take on this, D. Jones? Because there's one more thing I want to bring up after this. What's your take on this, D. Jones?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Andre Wiggins. Woo! Yeah. Hell no. It don't matter. It's Andre Wiggins is not the biggest bust, but he's top 15, bro. Wasn't he a number 1 pick? We don't talk about how bad Andre Wiggins really is compared to where he got drafted. We'll talk about everybody else being a bust and this and that, but somehow we gloss over Andre Wiggins. He won a championship, I think, in Golden State, right?
Are you talking about Andrew Wiggins? Andrew Wiggins, yes, he did.
Andrew Wiggins, yes. He was like the 5th best player on that team. Mm-hmm. So if he's your 3rd option, you are in trouble.
Okay. All right. Now, the next one I'm going to say is I wanted to put these 2 stories together, and I did this purposely. Howie, LA Clippers guard Bradley Beal is now a free agent. He declined his option to return to the Clippers. And the reason why I wanted to bring up Miami first, because in my opinion, that's why I think Bradley Beal is going to go to be paired up with Andrew Wiggins. That's what I think they're going to do. I think he's going to head down to Miami because he sees what they're doing down there. And, you might not be too scared of what they have right now, but Andrew Wiggins, Bradley Beal, Giannis, Bam Adebayo. I mean, I think you're doing something right there. And then I also read that Miami's they got a sharpshooter today too. So Howie, I don't know, man. Where do you think Bradley Beal's going to land? Because he declined his option. He's a free agent. Where do you see he's going to land at?
I don't know. He's a good player too. I don't know, but yeah, him going to Miami would be dope.
Yeah,
There's
you go
a
to
few
Miami,
people that-
Detroit. There's a couple places you
there's
can go.
a few people that can, yeah, he could go to Boston. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really tight. You know what I'm saying? Right there in that position just yet. You know what I mean? They got 2 spots to fill over there, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe,
Yeah, I'm thinking about Boston too because he's really, really tight with Jason Tatum. He's really tight.
Yeah, I mean, he could get over to Boston. You know, he could go to Miami. Wherever he goes, they're gonna be dope because hey, he's a hell of a player.
Yeah,
I like him.
Yeah, I like him too. Mo, will you see Bradley Beal landing because he declined his option and maybe he wants to get out of the West and come to the East? Where you see him landing at, Mo?
I'm like Howie. I don't know where he lands at. Boston might be with everything that's going on and clearing room to get Jaylen Brown out and then bring Beal in. That might be the move right there. I don't know him to Miami. I'm not sure, man. But Bradley Beal's a ball player. You know what I'm saying? He's a ball player. So wherever he go, man, he's gonna fit right in. Him going to Detroit would be a good fit.
I think it'd be a great fit. When he went to Phoenix, there's him and Devin Booker were too similar, so I don't think they work there. But if he go to Detroit, if he goes to Boston, if he goes to Miami, hell, there's a couple teams he could go to and he could make an immediate difference to me.
I want him to go to the Sacramento Kings. Let him go to Sacramento. Anybody that's not remotely close to the New York Knicks.
Yeah, he could do that. He could do that. Michael Sean, where you see him going? Because he's free.
If he goes to Miami, as a Knicks fan, I'm really not worried. Wiggins and Beal. Do y'all know where the last time Beal was nice? Let's see. 2022 was the last time the man averaged over 20 points a game. Like the only time he was nice is when he was the only option on a team that lost all the time. Mm-hmm. And I mean all disrespect. I was gonna say no disrespect. I mean all disrespect. Like he's just a name. For some reason, guys get away with having. We talk about Wiggins. At least Wiggins was essential on an actual championship team. He actually provided something for the Golden State Warriors. He was a major part. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get Beal and Wiggins if that actually happens. In my man, listen. Boy, we living in oh boy. Another last contract. Let me run it up and try and get that last one.
Kristaps Porzingis has re-signed with the Golden State Warriors. We're gonna talk about more about that tomorrow. So that's gonna be an interesting conversation too. Bringing back KP, I didn't think they would do that. Now I don't see how they bring back Draymond Green, honestly. But anyway, what's your take on this D Jones? Because Bradley Beal.
I foresee the Pistons going after Norman Powell because I don't think Miami can keep Norman Powell, and I'd rather have Norman Powell over Bradley Beal. But if I can get Bradley Beal to come off my bench, then I'm not mad at it. I just don't think he wants to be a bench player, but I think at this stage in his career, that's what he is. But if you got Bradley Beal coming off your bench, you probably got a nice bench.
I want to tell you this news personally. It looked like Jalen Duren is returning back to Detroit Pistons. It looked like a news flash, but he's getting some other team is in the dark horse trying to pry him away right now before it's finalized, according to what it says on Yahoo.com. So,
I hope it's Boston and we get Jaylen Brown. Come man.
Yo, this our last segment need to be on how disrespectful the Boston Celtics really are to Jaylen Brown. We need to do a whole segment on how disrespectful your front office is to a man that has done what he's done, man. I don't even know how you still call yourself a Celtic fan. Like, how dirty do you have to do?
Listen,
a person who's done everything he's done for an organization and really treat him like that.
It's not the first time Boston been disrespected for a superstar. They up here, they got tunnels named after baseball players that never won a World Series. They got statues of a hockey player that won one chip. And if you look for the Bill Russell statue, like I said, you got to look for it. And like it's something that you stumble on by mistake. The man brought 11 chips here to this city, and there's nothing up here that says Bill Russell. Nothing.
So I just got a text that said Sabonis for Jalen Duren, possibly.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. But Jalen Duren, look, I'm reading it right now. It looks like Jalen Duren is definitely returning back to Detroit, according to this. So we'll see. I don't know 100% if he's going to return, but I want to talk about Marcus Smart, Howie Bellman, while we got the time. And I'm looking at Marcus Smart looks like he is going to be a free agent. Marcus Smart is roaming. Where you see Marcus Smart landing at too? Honestly, I can see Marcus Smart going to Detroit, be honest with the way that their defense is, the way they play, everything else. But I also could see him going to a team like Sacramento, and I also could see him going to San Antonio. You know, there's a couple places Marcus Smart could go and be a difference with his defense. What's your take, Howie Bell?
Marcus Smart is a good player, man. Still actually really good defensive player. Him going to Detroit would add to their defense, and that would be sweet. But he don't make enough points. You know what I'm saying? And I think right now Detroit need points. So I don't think that he's the one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
San Antonio could be that spot. Yeah, San Antonio could be that spot.
Maybe San Antonio. He may even. This might sound weird. He could go to OKC. Mm-hmm. I think they need a little defensive help. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, and because they got points, they got people that can score. You know what I'm saying? And they could get him probably for little or nothing, really. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see Detroit happening for him. But hey, man, I like Marcus Smart.
All right, so let me ask you, Mo, where do you think Marcus Smart's going to land? Because there's a lot of places he could land.
Is his contract up? Is he looking for a new contract?
He opted out. New contract.
Honestly, and not because I'm a fan, I would love to see him in New York coming off the bench. We're gonna lose Landry Shamet. We got some other shooters on the bench already. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Smart in New York, that defense helps solidify our bench players. That's where I would like to see him go.
Okay, so let me ask you, Michael Sean. Marcus Smart declined his $5.4 million player option instead to return to the Lakers. He's now a free agent. Where you see him landing at?
I don't know. I was just reading Bill Russell's civil rights accomplishments. I just happened to the one you poo-pooed.
I'm not poo-pooing Bill Russell. Bill Russell's the man.
The one you was like, he's a little stuff.
He did a few things. He staged the first game boycott over civil rights issues in 1961. A boycott, first black head coach, college integration pioneer. I mean, he was part of the March on Washington. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you gotta stuck with me when you said.
Now pull up Jaylen Brown. And start.
I understand.
Way up.
But yeah, I understand it. But even when Jaylen Brown was given $7 million, his life wasn't at stake. Yeah. Like he wasn't risking it. When somebody says Bill Russell did a few things, like I was like, okay, I see why y'all quick to disrespect Jaylen Brown, but okay.
No, don't do that.
No, you said you was going to stand on it. You said I'm standing on it. I'll take Jaylen. Okay.
In comparison to the two, yes, I am, but
there is no comparison. There is no Jaylen Brown in the NBA without Bill Russell doing what he did.
Right.
It's all right. Marcus Smart is going to wind up on an NBA team. That's my time. Go ahead. It just got to kill. I can't believe a dude who says he's a Boston fan actually was like, yeah.
I'm a Boston fan, and I love Bill Russell more than you know, and I also love Jaylen Brown. That's where I'm at. I love both.
You also said King's "I Have a Dream" speech was overrated. That's what I heard. You said he had a ghostwriter. That's what I heard.
Y'all take a long look at Michael Sean. Y'all probably never see him again on this show. Just playing. Just playing. D Jones, where you take on Marcus Smart with the decline of his $5.4 million player option? Where you at with that?
Well, he ain't get called the N-word like Bill Russell for 75 years of his life. Marcus Smart didn't, but he gonna be in New York, maybe Brooklyn or the Bulls. Who cares? Marcus, listen, he probably need to go back to Boston because all y'all got is shooters.
No.
Oh yeah, y'all need somebody to play defense. Everybody shooting threes.
No.
Well, we don't want him over here. Okay, we got enough guards.
I don't want him either because the man can't shoot. He's the reason why we lost to go.
Right, we already got Asar Thompson and Jalen Duren. We don't need somebody else who can't shoot.
Right. All right, so last one I think we got the time for, man. Let me see if we can make it with this one. And this is one of the funniest news I heard all day today. And to me, it's DeAndre Ayton is reportedly opting into his player option with the Lakers to stay with the Lakers after. I'm gonna say this too. I don't know if y'all heard this, but Kendrick Perkins really, in the last 24 hours, he's with all over him, man. He gave him a hard time, and he said if he don't show improvement in his last contract, this will be his last contract. I kind of agree with that because DeAndre Ayton, every team he's going to, man, he's not a star. He's not even a good center to me. But what's your take, Howie Bell, on DeAndre Ayton opting into a player option with the Lakers?
He's like Harden. You guys got to stay somewhere. Whoever like me, you know what I'm saying? Because he not doing nothing. He's another person who I forgot that he was supposed to be a star. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, come on, man, dude, you gotta come on, Ayton, man. No, that's why he's trying to opt into his player option because he has no other options.
Mm-hmm. Great point. I'll say this, Mo. I think his best year is when he was with Phoenix and he went to the finals. And when his coach called him out, you know what I mean? And after that, I think at the end of that, he's been playing differently. He plays like he don't care. You know what I mean? I don't know, Mo. What's your take?
Well, he got, like how he said, he had to opt in because he ain't got no other options. Where is he going to go? Where, like somebody was saying, overseas? And that's if they take him overseas. You know, he has not proven himself to be NBA caliber talent, first string talent, even coming up the bench talent. Like the dude has been wasting away, and he better opt in because after that, like Big Perk said, if he don't show and prove this year and come out on fire, that's it for him.
Yeah, I think Perk was right with that one. Michael Sean, what's your take on DeAndre Ayton with the Lakers opting in?
God bless him. I'm sure his agent was like, dude, I'm sure his agent told him what they were going to do. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to let you know we're going to opt in. There's nowhere. And I don't think he's going to be out the league because there's always room for somebody like that. They're always going to add him. Trust me, at some point, the Sixers might pick him up at some point in a few years. And when Embiid is hurt, he'll go to the Pelicans and he'll and Brooklyn's turning into that type of spot too. So shout to him. Go get your money, dog. And you know what? I say the same thing everybody says. They say, you got picked this, you were supposed to be that. You got picked this, you were supposed to be that. At a certain point, I would like the general managers who make these decisions to take the same heat that the player takes for not matching something that they just weren't. You can't be something that you're not. But these general managers are the ones who make these choices, and we never remember their names. And we never remember how many times they missed on these guys. DeAndre Ayton, he can't help that y'all decided he was that dude. They decided. So, he's making the money and God bless him. Make your money and get your pension and please, invest wisely.
100%. So that leaves me with D Jones. D Jones, would you take him in Detroit?
I wouldn't show him around like I did Jay this weekend, okay? I wouldn't take him to Coney Island, okay? I wouldn't take him for a cup of coffee in Detroit, okay? I'd take him to the east side and leave him.
Oh, man.
You ever been to Mac and Bewick? Come on, DeAndre. Let me show you something.
Mac and Bewick sound dangerous.
Don't it? It sounds terrible.
I ain't never been to Mac and Bewick. Why do I feel like I should never go to Mac and Bewick?
And you should never go there.
Always learn stuff. Well, y'all, this is the name of the show's Box Seats. We got to get ready to roll up out of here, man. Howie Bell, tell everybody what's going on in your world and how they can follow you.
Man, you got to come to the Howie Bell and Friends show coming up July 10th on Bleecker Street, 144 Bleecker Street. That's right. Mo going to be there, man. We're going to do it. It's going down. Please, please, please get your tickets now. It's going down, man. It's a small venue, so you got to come. It's right there in Smack Village, man. You got to get there. 144 Bleecker Street, Howie Bell and Friends, July 10th. All my New Yorkers, come on.
All right. That means, Mo, tell everybody out there what's going on in your world and how we can follow you.
Always follow me, MOE_comic on Instagram. And like Howie said, July 10th, I'm down in New York City. Howie Bell and Friends doing our thing, having a ball, man. You know what I'm saying? On Bleecker Street, Smack Village. It's a dispensary. Enough said.
We need to do a Box Seats there, Wyatt. Since you're going to go there, Mo, and Howie going to be there, we got to do is get Jay's clothes. D Jones.
Jay always comes. Jay comes every month. So.
Yep, he Joe does. Yep, shit.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that. July 10th. We'll talk about it offline. Michael Sean, talk to me, man. Tell everybody out there what's going on in your world, how we can follow you, and what's going on.
Anytime somebody says, like, the way Mo ended it, he was like, "Nuff said." I said, all right. That was very mixtape aggressive, like, you said, "Nuff said." I said, damn. I ain't doing nothing this weekend. I'm chilling. You can catch me on the radio all the time. I have no shows this weekend. Shout to Dallas and everything like that. Catch me on YouTube, Mike Sean and the Takeover Legends, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. We do the show. And I got off this weekend, so I'm blessed. And the bills are paid. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
So you do your show every day, Monday through Friday? That your morning show every day?
Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends. You can check it out tomorrow morning. Check the shadiness and messiness that goes on in there.
All right, there it is. There it is. And let me see, D Jones. To everybody else, what's going on in your world and how we can follow you?
This week I'll be headlining Hedonism on the west side of Detroit. It's 100 degrees out here. And Chris Brown and Usher concert. I'll be Ubering all the aunties and nieces to throw them draws tour this weekend. So that's what I tend on doing.
And it's hot too. You better be careful.
Listen.
Be careful. Be careful.
Listen.
Be careful.
It's gonna be a great week.
Don't be a statistic. That's all I'm gonna say. Thanks to White Chocolate for holding it down in the back. Everything else, what's going on, White Chocolate? You got a last word and tell everybody out there how they can follow you.
Hey, Porzingis, 2 years, $40 million, real quick, to re-sign with Golden State.
Wow,
Choke on that.
Off.
And follow me and Frank on Boston Straight Shooters on Facebook and YouTube. And July 10th, if you go to New York, I'm in.
Okay,
let's go.
Oh, they're going.
Me too.
Come on down.
All right, July 10th, and that's not too far away. All right, so
Enough
thank you all for watching. The name of the show. Name of the show is called Box Seats, y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks.
Watch Moby, the only one ain't there.
What you need, yeah, man, I got it, wow. What you say, hey, we about it,
That was